we're relaunching the stream.
Okay.
Way over opposite.
Alright. So do you see my mouse moving on the screen?
Yeah. Well, everything
Stand
is really
by.
fun. But we can totally
Rejoining the stream. Rejoining the stream. Oh wow, I can.
Can you hear me now?
So I want you. So I am actually hearing audio, but again, it's delayed by about 30 seconds.
Still 30-second delay. I guess that's fine.
That is fine. And yes, I can see your mouse moving around, so you are getting
And
video.
both ears audio.
Stand by.
Testing, 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 testing.
Yes, you have both ears audio.
Okay, cool. It finally captured. Okay, so I guess with this, I now just have to go over
You
to
die quick.
get the, or if you can copy paste me the link for the stream, I'll just then start pimping it around in other places, see if I can capture folk.
Sorry, what was that, Sassy?
Just copy paste the URL of the stream as it shows up on YouTube, not this RTMP garbage I have on
Okay.
my end.
Copy. Paste. And now I will get out of the Discord call if there's nothing further so that you don't have to hear all the stuff on my end.
Perfect. Thanks for the help.
But I will be watching. Best of luck.
Yee. Okay. Just throwing this around in various places. And perfect. And so with that out of the way, let's just dive into some battle. Germany. Let's play some Germany. Germany seems like the way to go. But I want a new deck. And I don't think... Or was Barry's decent? I don't even remember.
Yo!
Oh!
1 second, I gotta turn off my podcast.
That's cool. So, I decided to see how live streaming this stuff will go.
Currently listening to a podcast about podcasts.
Meta.
Oh, what's this? What's this stream? What's going on? You streaming?
Yep, I'm streaming.
Nice. I'm checking that out. Did you check out the Xenonauts video? And what'd you think?
Nice, nice whiff on opening the door with the first rocket.
What? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I hear us. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't like that. Sorry, nice whiff on what?
Nice whiff on the opening of the door with a rocket.
Okay, you know what's crazy? In the community edition, 1 rocket, 1 door, pretty much. I've noticed in the base game, it always takes 2 rockets. So, you get used to that. I'm less surprised next time it happens.
Also, honestly, Fang, feel free to hop in onto Discord and your audio.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've been having a great time with it. I have 5 episodes ready to go.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be kind of posting them semi-regularly, about once every 2 days, or well, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. It might be far less.
Well, this fucks with my opening hand enough that it's a problem. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got some folk watching. What's up? What's up? Hey everyone joining in.
Well, I'd love to. The thing is, there's a lot of noise on my end, so I'm not going to do that.
God damn it, he reloaded his hand.
Well, let me just stand by.
also doubly start live streaming on your guys' end, so you can have the real-time thing via Discord.
No, that's cool. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. Or whatever you want to do. But yeah, I haven't decided if it gets a few views. If it does all right in terms of views, then I'll consider spacing them out a bit more. And actually, we're at 12 views so far, so I mean, that's
Yeah. I mean,
the start.
it's Xeno.
I don't expect it to like be a Dwarf Fortress video, but if we can get say 50 views, I'd be like, all right, cool. Otherwise, I will just pound it out like the Half-Life series with Danny, and mainly for me at this point. I just need to slap them. Slap them? No, clap them alien cheeks.
Thoroughly on the back foot in this round.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. I mean, I recognize I'm a little bit behind because I'm watching the stream through YouTube, but it doesn't look good. I wish the names of the cards were on them without hovering over them. That's
Sassy, I'm gonna be real with you. You need to turn down our audio and turn up
Yeah.
yours and turn down the
Yeah.
game. Your
Yeah.
voice is very quiet.
All right. Let's take this up like so. Hopefully that'll be enough to fix it. It'll take 30 seconds too. It'll take about 30 seconds. I just did the audio mixer over in Streamlabs. Okay, how do I solve this problem? I don't have... Well, okay.
I think you're fucked.
I have...
Professional opinion, you're fucked.
Some recovery.
I don't even play the game, and I know you're screwed.
Well, the question is, does he still have another M4 Sherman with which he can reload his hand? And I mean, there's also that unit, which is good
What's
for
reloading your hand?
putting more cards into it.
Oh, so it's just drawing.
Yes.
Gotcha. Does he have card draw? Gotcha.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Yeah, he's
I like this board better than the one in your video. The one in the video was like a scratched metal surface. This is a nice canvas. This looks comfortable to play cards on.
Okay.
I don't know why you both have guns. This seems like a dangerous thing to have lying around in a card game.
Both of them are Lugers too, for some
I
reason.
know, it's just I mean, I get that, modeling a gun. Wow, you're having a bad day.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty scuppered here. Depending on what he plays, I'm just gonna straight up surrender because I don't have the method to remove. Yeah, I'm done with this. I mean, what was I gonna do? Bounce a card back to his support line in order to wait until I die to something else?
Pew pew. Pew pew.
And how do I know how to increase my own sound. Just dial this up a bunch.
Yeah, dude.
On the
You're always a
Focusrite.
little bit quiet with the new microphone.
Yeah, part of it is because I don't want to be capturing all of my keyboard sounds, so it's really great for recording to have it down low, but let's, has that improved anything?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're much louder. You're good now.
Alright, let's actually try building a good deck, 'cause it's a tough life. We pick good old Uncle Jerry, and grab his, mail order Asian wife.
Uncle who?
Uncle
what?
Jerry.
That's alright. Oh dear.
Right.
So I can't help but notice that you finished the review and you're still playing cards.
Yes. I said I'd give a shot at live streaming it, see how that goes.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but sure. France, do France, come on.
Nope, no France.
No, it's Italy's time. It's Italy's time.
I don't have enough to make Italy's time worth it.
Well, then you need to go get some Italy cards so it can be Italy's time. Unreal.
Actually, you know what? I'm inspired suddenly. I don't have very many Italian cards, but Italy's time might be now.
Nice. I really
So-
love that one of the ways they kept from using, well, having to make a lot of their own art assets is they've used propaganda posters. I really appreciate that. And
That's good.
I'm not throwing shade. Genuinely, great move. It makes it look authentic, and it saves labor. 10 out of 10.
Actually, let's go. Yeah, Italian only. What do I have?
I don't know, dude. Italy's time. Oh, get that. No, go back. There was some horses back there. Get the horses.
No, we're not getting the horses.
Get
It's
the
such a bad
horse. Come on, get
reload
the
card.
Horses.
It's
Suck.
such a
Colonial
bad reload
Dreams,
card.
That's some good shit too. This guy, not having a good time. Oh yeah, the oh yeah, you got the MC202. Nice. Spirit of Rome. Now we're talking. Look at those Roman-esque noses on those boys.
I'm
They're
actually
here
gonna go with
kick ass
some
and chew
Alpine
gum.
regiments. Yeah, we have a lot of 1-drops.
Give me the
And
Alpines.
honestly, counts as a tank, this horse.
Yes, do it.
And I should probably draw one of those into the deck. And aside from that,
Italy's time. This is fascinating.
let's make another one of these fucking fighters because they're busted. And, okay, that's it for Italian cards. We went out of our way to make Italian cards just to appease you.
I'm well appeased, although I want the horses. I want it.
I bet you do.
Don't hurt me.
I'm hurting you.
I don't want the snow boys. Nah, it's boring. Fucking Hoth trooper ass looking bastard. No, I don't need that. Give me the horses.
That is absolutely fine. You're dealing with Hoth trooper ass bastards.
Oh.
Yeah, we draw 2 of those in.
Wow, you have 12 Italians and 1 Jeremy.
Yep.
So much
I can
for
only
how
have
I
the
would-
12 Italians.
Nice.
This should be funny. 2 of those. We have to build ourselves around a rush archetype.
So, theory.
Yeah.
The 5 people supposedly watching, aside from Danny and I.
Yeah.
Actually, are you watching the stream? Do you think you count?
I mean, one of my alts is watching,
Ah, I see.
just so I can have
Gotcha.
chat monitoring on my laptop,
Gotcha.
which is being,
So-
used very thoroughly and extensively. And
So the
yeah, we'll
2
draw
people
of those.
that aren't us who are watching, theory, they are
Mhm.
bots.
Possible, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
I
I
do
might just be trying
doubt
to
it.
goad them into saying hi. Maybe.
Okay.
It's not working so far.
Do I want more of
Oh.
those, or should I drop something other 5?
Wow. That one dude and his comments on the Dwarf Fortress video about the elves. Like, I get landlord decides now is the time to mow the lawn. Brilliant. Like, I get you. I don't like the elves either. I don't know if I hate them, but I don't like them. Like, but here's the thing. I usually don't like them for a really practical reason. And that's because they'll show up and be like, could you stop cutting down trees? And you're like, dude, no, I cannot. But all of our trees are dead. I'm not even sure they're going to care. Like, what does it matter? Oh, what's this?
Yeah, we'll throw a blitzkrieg in. I mean, it's topical, it has to go in. And okay, German Praying is the name of this deck.
Okay.
You'll notice that it bears a resemblance to the Russian Praying deck.
I don't, because that's not up on the screen yet. I'm still watching you dick around with the Nebelwerfer.
Lol.
Oh.
I mean, you can just open up the Discord and be relevant.
Yeah,
The
but
stream is
this way I
there in the
get to-
Discord.
No, I'm a man of the people. There is actually only one person. My comments drove someone off. One person who isn't us.
Isn't that excellent?
Woo! Nailed it. Well, actually, no. Is there any? No, because you're watching on one, I'm watching one, and then Danny's watching one. Should I open on my laptop and have it like join the stream?
If you have an alt, sure. It'll
I
pad the
don't,
numbers.
That's fine.
Okay. Alright, so we do have an opening. It's not a terribly good opening, but we're dealing with Russians, so how bad can it be?
See, I don't like this. I don't like playing on the scratched metal surface. It looks cold and unpleasant.
Well, blame the Russians. I think... Look at that 7.62 round off in the top left.
Yeah, hate it. Not a fan.
It's definitely Russian surface.
Canvas looks soft and warm. You can
Ah.
almost smell the kerosene lamps.
So that's why he got rid of that. I mean...
I don't get to be relevant. I'm sorry. You've just started your turn. Oh, Nina's almost home, so I'm gonna have to go help with the groceries.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, groceries are fun. I'm poor. When groceries show up and I didn't pay for them, it's a good life.
No, whatever, let's just get rid of that nonsense.
Oh, that was a cool little rocket animation there. That was neat. I know I'm a long way behind, but it's your stream, dude. So wait,
Okay.
how are you supposed to stream things effectively if you're gonna be this far behind? Like,
I mean, the delay
I
is
guess
just part of
use
the way the
Twitch.
stream happens. Like,
I guess if you really wanted to do this, just use Twitch.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a 30-second delay isn't terribly onerous.
I mean,
Most people
it is. It means
have...
any communication with your audience is like pointless because they're gonna say, "Hey, don't do this thing," and you're like, "That was half a minute ago."
Yeah, I mean, part of it does definitely factor in that way, not gonna lie. But... But at the end of the day... But at the end of the day, well, streaming audiences are somewhat used to just having delay to deal with. It's part of the way it goes. Yes, please, play a good card. See ya.
Hey, another view on the Xenonauts video.
Yay.
I'm gonna sit here to refresh.
Oh, Christ, this is gonna be...
go on, Woo. Oh boy.
I'm gonna
Well,
lose
that's
this unit now.
That's unfortunate. Try not to, maybe, I don't know.
Nah. Wasn't really terribly avoidable, unfortunately.
Hard life, bro.
Hard life for us, god damn it.
Gosh darn it.
How to play this out?
Oh yeah, did you like the thumbnail? For Xenonauts, that is.
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Sort of had vague reminiscences of a Halo,
Oh, yeah,
difficulty
by the
setting.
way.
Yeah.
I was very annoyed to find that I didn't have a typeface that was even, like, it's like a college typeface,
Mm-hmm.
a collegiate typeface that they use for Xenonauts, and I swear I have one of those, but I couldn't find it. Maybe I'm full of shit.
Can't play this garbage. How to win?
Guess the next Door Fortress video's coming out on Tuesday. Fun.
This German deck isn't terribly good.
Yeah, don't say.
No.
What gave it away?
Just a hunch, really.
Yeah.
Choice.
Noise. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Just
Just give me 30 seconds and then I'll know.
the way it's going.
This is terrible.
Don't walk
I have
away,
no idea what the
Eileen.
purpose of streaming is if you can't even, like... Oof.
I mean, I can set it to ultra low latency, however, I don't think that would solve terribly many problems because my internet probably won't allow for it.
He just gave you the... Oh, okay. I gotta go.
Yeah, right.
Alright. Talk to you
Peace.
later, mate. Bye.
Meanwhile, I'll just leave this match because I'm dead. All right. So. This is trash. We're getting rid of it. And how do we make the Germans a viable faction? Maybe German-British is the way to go. So... pinning units. I think that's going to be pretty decent. Having Hamptons. Churchills, because reasons. Hmm. Supply drop is a pretty powerful card. Naval support is pretty useful too. Let's get some more guard units in there. And... alright. So that solves some of our problems. And reload. Like reload. This card deck is going to be called Sea Lion. And on the German side of things, what do we want? Well, we definitely want these because they're useful. These because they give us reload. And we have demon children off in the background, just randomly yelling, so I have to close a window, BRB. And we are now allowed to swelter in our room that the window is closed, because we are dealing with demon children. Okay. Alright. What else do we need in this deck? We need more 4-drops, which, honestly, those are pretty good. We'll leave that alone. Air Blitz might be funny, but I'm not that tempted. I'll throw in more of those units, though. Which inspires me to get rid of one of these at the very least. And the next question is 3-drops. Well, we want card reload, we want artillery. We want Eagle's Claws, and Blitzkrieg because it's decent. 2 of you as well, why not? Those because they're a good rushdown unit. 1 of you. Bam. And Cool, now we just need some 1-drops, and I think we'll be fairly fleshed out, all things considered. There's the 1-drops there. Some of you. And honestly, I need to rebalance things. The curve is looking wonky. What would be a good thing to get rid of? The rushdown unit? Yeah, I think I should get rid of those. And drop in a couple more 1s. What one would be best? Which one? Let's go with some dive bombing cards, honestly. Dive bombing is fairly useful, and that makes a pretty decent curve for our deck. So let's see how Sea Lion does for us. What's this? Progress towards something? Well, I got a German pack. What is this? 2 emotes. Okay. Anywho, what do we get inside the pack? Huh. Well, let's go back to Sea Lion quickly, because I now have a 6-drop I want to throw in, now that it is available to me. Pow. And... well, honestly, do I really want it? Nah. Let's not be too greedy. On the high end. Okay. Do we keep a dive bombing card in hand? No. We have first player advantage, so... let's also get rid of the 4, see if we can draw 1, and we can't. Well, it's gonna be a slow opening. At least we have an option for turn 3 that doesn't necessarily eat up all of our mana, so... we'll see how this pans out. What's the best play here? In all likelihood, it's just doing 3 damage to the enemy HQ. He gets to kill that unit for free, but... we can hopefully set up a decent turn 3 for ourselves. Or turn 4, rather. See? Like that. Turn 5 is also going to be pretty good for us, if our enemy does not attack, which, you know, they're pretty tempted to do. Okay, I think he was thinking of using Eagle's Claws there. And he just found the solution. That's cool. the 3 and 2.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Actually, let's play this. And then play that. Make life difficult for him with a 2/6 that guards. Okay. Well, I suppose that's fine. I'm not mad or anything. Although, honestly... what would be the best here? Well, that unit's gonna get to heal anyway. So let's just push it back.
No way.
Okay. That's pretty cool, I guess. So, what's a better plan? I guess this. This is better. I mean, it can be my turn at any time, really. Just saying. Oh, cool. Now, this gets rid of that for free. Let's drop a Stuka. And then see how this whole thing pans out. Likely, what he's gonna want to do... yeah. This way he only gets to do 2 damage and has to use 2 units in order to attack me. Otherwise, he's just gonna be able to smack the 5/5 right into the 2/4, kill it outright, and then be able to kill the bomber for free. But this way, I just get to lose it to an Eagle Claws, which is cool. Hold on a second. I can remove this unit, it's just gonna cost me a lot. Nah, it's not worth it. At least we have a healthy guard unit. Unless he has another one of these Panzer IV F2s, at which point I might as well GG right here, because he's just been able to out-control me. Although, well, he still has 6 mana, he can play one still. Let's play one of you. And we have another 5/5 on the front line. Life's a bit tough. It sure as shit ain't easy. I wonder what he was trying to do with that. Well, trying to be an annoying prick, that's what. Christ alive. What's the best way to deal with this problem? Now let's just deal with the kid in the back line. And see how this goes for us. In all likelihood, the Nebelwerfer kills that unit, the 3/4 smacks base. Well, if he's smart, he's gonna play Nebelwerfer onto this. The Katyusha, random amount of damage onto the 5/5. If he's able to get 2... Or he can just RNG his way that way, and life still works out for him. And it's not even worth playing against. I love it. Yeah, the Comet's a lovely aircraft. After doing damage, it goes immediately back to hand. It's really good. Okay, I like this curve so far, and I suddenly like it even better. All we do is drop a Panzer, move it to the front line, drop that next turn, give it +1 defense. Easy stuff. Making life more difficult for our enemies, 1 Panzer at a time. And we want to make sure that the Japanese stay off of the front line, or else, well, it can be a problem for us. Um... We have to force them to use mana. If anything, what he's going to do is going to take the 2-1 into the 1-2, and then RNG will either give him the 1-3 for free, which it did, but it managed to prevent him from advancing and reloading his hand, which is good. Longer we're able to do that, the better. Okay. We have some low-cost removal. Just want to make sure he fills his back line with cheap units that try to buff his other Japanese units, and we'll see how that goes for us. And there's the hand reload. We managed to delay it. Didn't manage to completely stop it, but we got him to remove another one of his. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Okay. So he's running German in his deck as well. That's good to know.
Yo, cool. That was epic. We caused Gigi to leave.
Okay, so we have removal for that. I don't suppose it matters much, though. And we don't have the mana to play that effectively, so... What would be the way to play this? Honestly, I think I have to do that. I can't just play the 3-6 on the other side of the guard unit. Because this way, he gets to just straight up die this turn. Which is news to me. I didn't actually expect that to happen. But I'm glad I made that decision. Rather than simply dropping another 3-6 and losing this unit outright. Alright. Well, to nobody's surprise, that's the move that had to be made. And yeah, we'll play a 4-drop. This is the port where he plays that unit? Okay. I was expecting something different. Yeah, it's better to develop the board in this case. He could potentially have an eagle's claws in his hands, which so far does not appear to be the case. He's just running for straight burn. Okay. I think this is the point at which he's gonna want to surrender, because he's now in a position that is really bad for a rush deck. Although, God knows, he has nothing but air blitzes. Does he have one more? Is this just the life we're leading now? I realize I misplayed that a little bit. But I still would not have been able to kill him outright this turn. Well, I mean, no, he played all of the air blitzes he could have. This is where GG happens, I think. Beauty. That was painful, to say the least. Anywho. Oh, hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. I fucking love it. Alright, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with Russians and POW. Okay. Uh-huh. So, it's a bomber. It's a bomber, which begs the question, what are we supposed to do against it? Hopefully that's scary enough for him. Okay. Glad I was able to force that to happen. And... I think just keeping that unit on the front line and healthy is going to pay dividends in the long run. I don't want to use the Eagle Claws quite yet. Yeah. Hold on a second, how much mana do I have? You know, this way I get to kill both units outright, so... better to clear them all, both off the board. Thanks, Lycanfish. Alright, speaking of pro plays... What's the better play here? Do we kill the 5/5 or do we remove it off the board? I think it's better to remove it. I think it's way better to remove it. It forces him to waste mana again, which is nice. Just in case we can set up for a blitzkrieg next turn. Right now, pressure's on him, he has to remove a unit. Okay. You have to use the tank to kill the 5/4. You understand this, correct? Huh. He just decided he wanted to lose. Cool. Okay. Okay, he still managed it. Interesting. Alright, we play the draw card first. We do this damage, we get rid of that artillery because it's a shit. And honestly, he still has a problem with that 9-5, though I imagine he's instead gonna want to trade. Okay, so that's how he wanted to do it. Interesting. If he plays a unit, he's gonna love the fucking trap I just set for him. Come on, let it be a big one. Okay. This is fine. Again, we set up the unit destruction card. And it works. Alright. Thanks for game. I nearly misplayed. Don't pay attention to that. And we're Gucci. We're turning our fortunes around. Slowly, but surely. Also, but surely is a really terrible name to be stuck with, honestly. Alright. Dive bombing's gonna be useful. Eagle claws. All of these are good, so I'm keeping them. So, what kind of one drop are you playing for us? A 2/3. Not quite the way I wanted things to happen, but I'll accept it. 5th Brigade is still a useful card to have. He gets to reload, this is fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to play the guard unit in this matchup, as we saw with the previous match. Every last bit of damage is important. So. Just more blitz units. Okay, cool. Well, let's get rid of one of them. I don't think it's quite time to use naval support yet. We're not quite that desperate yet. This I want to save for turn 5, if I can. Okay. Okay, very good. The RNG worked out for us. He still has to waste time on a 1-1. Or, you know, get Tora Tora Tora, or pin all units, whichever. Or it can just be a Nebelwerfer. That's fine too. I mean... I didn't want to use it, but I had to use it. Now, next turn is going to be this. Hopefully to kill one of his units. Aha. Alright, we stall him out. He's not allowed to move into the front line. He has the 3-4, which he has to waste the movement action for. Or he doesn't. This is fine too. Okay, so the fact that he wasn't able to do that allows me to do this. And... what do I need to do here now? I think we should be doing that. Alright, where are we right now? We have to wait for him to finish his turn, which, you know, he did it. He figured out how to make a play. That was a pretty perfect mana turn. I enjoyed that one. And now pressure's back on him. So, how did we... boy. Okay. Okay, so... make this happen, make this happen, make this happen. Next up, I think we have to drop our Churchill down, though... Christ alive. Alright. That's a lot of damage. Now the question is, can he do the same amount of damage to me? Well, he got damned close. Man, those Japanese rushdown decks are something else. Well, Sea Lion seems to be working out so far. Let's see how much more success it can garner. We're facing Russians. We're keeping the dive bombing in hand, so that we can play around the inevitability of Katyushas. And we're maybe... Okay, cool. He came back. You see, this is why we put the dive bombing in hand. Because screw that thing. Screw it with a garden hose. I want it gone. Do we have to play a card on this turn? No, we don't. If he stays in his back line and I can maybe get an Eagle Claws off, that would be pretty decent. Okay. Yeah, so much for the Pioneer Battalion. What's the best way to play this out? No sense even wasting that 1 mana. This bloody bastard has ambush on him, so I can't even attack with any of these units into it. Okay. Now. I have an idea. I'm giving this guy 3/6 so that he inevitably heals, but he has the opportunity to do damage right into it unless he has a burn card, which, you know, if he does, that sucks. But 3/4 bounces into the 3/6, goes down to a 3/1, and before he can repair himself next turn, I drop the Stuka and kill it with the dive bombing card. See? We have the setup in place. Losing the unit is fine. Like, this doesn't put us terribly out of shape. I mean... makes life shit for us, though. Okay. So, we have to remove that. That much has to happen. Why not? Make it the smokescreen unit. I don't need it to be damaged by these guys. And regardless, we're going to be losing this bomber. But at least he lost a pretty powerful unit as a result, which he has another one of. That's fine. And I mean, we just have to really weather this onslaught. Nothing much we can do about it. Okay. Yeah. It has to happen like this. This can continue to retain its smoke screen. I might as well play this. No, the cruelty here would be if he has a way to heal that 1-2 back up to a 1-8. Instead he has a mobilize unit. Okay. So he is running... We have to see, how's this gonna work out for us? Ah, I know. Well, no. So... Okay. Bounce, 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 and then bounce. We don't have the mana for that. So, I think instead we bounce, 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 and reload our hand. So, if that thing stays in the back line, that's cool for us. That'll be really cool. Because that way I get to play the Panzer IV F2 onto it. Although... how much time can I afford, or how much health can I afford to lose here? Because next step is going to be dumping the 4-3 here, and yep, he decides to do that. Okay. So I'm gonna have to sack a unit into this. Okay. Screw that. Bounce that here. Remove that. And then remove this. And we have some time left over. The problem with the German deck is it does not have a lot of direct removal. A lot of it is just, like, situational backline board clear. Or low-cost unit, or, yeah, low-cost unit removal. Which isn't quite what we are contending with right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that gets to live. We bounce this and this, just trade them out. I think. But he has a lot of aircraft. This would be a great time for an Eagle's Claws. I mean, not quite. Not quite the business. Oh, this is going to be pretty interesting. Oh, it forced it to go entirely back to hand. That's interesting. And I don't like it. Huh. Well then. So, how much mana or damage am I losing right now? I'm taking 4, 7. Yeah, I should have done that the other way around. I should have bounced this back to hand. I thought it was just going to destroy it since the backline is full, but apparently it just bounces it to hand, which is cool. Alright, so I'm actually taking... I'm dead. Cool. That's fine. Alright, so he had a pretty sick setup there. A bit miffed about that one, not gonna lie. You know, let's keep it like this. I think I can make something happen with this. Let's play the Panzer. Okay, let's play this normally. Okay. I probably should have removed the 1-4 completely. But we'll see whether or not my decision was a mistake. If anything, I can do it next turn. Or that. Yeah, it was a mistake. It definitely was a mistake. So... let's just casually drop a bomber. Which he's able to remove because he's running Russian. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do, but whatever. So this is where he turns the 1-7 into a 7-7. And makes my life difficult. Yep, there it is. Well, thankfully RNG was not his friend. Nor was it mine, though, but then again, I misplayed. Should have removed that. Okay. And if he drops a big unit now, we can destroy it outright. This will give us some potential to last. Very cool. Now then. How do I want to play this out? Should we drop the 6-drop? No, we save this in our hand for now. We drop this. We put this down. And why not? Let's push this forward. I know it's gonna die next turn, but at least it gives him something to think about. What I'm expecting is that the 1-5 gets buffed. Okay, this... What? Why didn't he use the Katyusha? Okay, I mean, he was banking on RNG, which is bloody whack. I'm honestly astonished, and I have to remove that. And then I have to remove... Well, I have to remove that, honestly. 'Cause... it's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then... It's not quite enough, is it? I was hoping to draw Eagle's Claws, at which point this would have been a pretty decent maneuver, but whatever. I need to remove the health off of that unit, and then what? Drop one of you, I guess. Next turn, Hampden, destroy the Churchill, hopefully. Please, let me just draw an Eagle's Claws and punish this. Actually, I can ignore the Churchill entirely and just go straight for that artillery now, come to think of it. Okay. Alright. So, does he have the removal he needs? Is the really big question. Because otherwise I'm playing the Panzer Grenadiers and turning them into a guard unit. I mean, it's annoying. It's not quite what he needs to remove, but, you know, fuck it. Christ's sake. I have to play it like that. In all likelihood, I'm just going to be losing the 6-6 to the 10-9. Or I'm going to be losing it to a 7-4. At which point, I've just lost. Cool. God damn it. It's never enough. Alright. How do we improve this deck to deal with that? You are not getting your effects off. So, I have to get rid of you. I'm gonna put in some careless talks instead, because those seem to be working. Or rather, I can get them to work. The dive bombings. Should I have more of them? No. I should drop it for 1 to have in hand, on the off chance I can get it. What else isn't going quite as well as I want it to? Blitzkrieg. I'm not owning the front line often enough in order to be able to get it off, so just get rid of it. Yeah, sure, recycle all 2 of those things. What else isn't working? The Nebelwerfer. If I had 1 more of them, I think I'd be happier, but for now, I think I'll just deal with it being the way it is. I need something to carry me over the top. And I don't know what that is. Or if German-British decks can even do that for me. You know what? These might be interesting. Because I can give them supply front, or supply drop, and turn them into some really nasty, nasty creatures. So yeah, I think that's the way to play this one out. Yeah, because we're struggling with damage. And that thing has ambush, which will go a long way towards longevity, I think. Our curve is still pretty decent looking. And yeah, I was thinking Flame Panzer, but I only have the one of them. And they target what? 1 cost units? And my big problem right now is big damage removal. Okay. We're going up against the Russians again. Do I keep the dive bombing in hand? It might prove useful. Let's get rid of both of these, maybe. Let's get rid of that, definitely. This I want to keep in hand, actually. Okay. So if he drops that 3-1 nonsense, or a 0-1, which he didn't. This is fine still. Oh, for the love of God. Wish I had that a moment ago. Yeah, let's just play on curve. Have to figure out a way to do damage to it. I think 1, 2, 3. And fuck that. We no longer have that option available to us. So... let's see, can we get a good Careless Talks proc? Okay, so he's ruled out the possibility of a front line. Cool. Well, it went off, for whatever it's worth. And it was worth all the while. You know, this is fine. Even if I end up taking a bunch of damage to my HQ, it's okay. The move I'm expecting is 4-6 into 1-5 and 1-2 into the 1-5 to just straight up destroy it. Bloody Sickle, yep. He still has 4 mana, so... I mean, he wouldn't be putting this much thought into this if he had another Bloody Sickle, I don't think. Okay, interesting. So then... well, we definitely do this. Yeah. Pow. Pow. And remove it. I don't think I have Annihilation in my deck. Although, I'll give that another look. See if I do have it and... oh, would you look at that? Something annoying this way comes. I love mobilize mechanics, don't you? no way I'm dealing with a 3/4 on my front line that heals itself every turn. Get out. I can even stomach having that thing grow larger. And I'm getting thirsty. Okay. This is fine, I guess. How much greed do I have? Do I let this thing get even larger before I bounce it? Yeah, I have a non-zero amount of greed. A greater than normal amount of greed. Seven mana. Or 1/2. And then, yeah, I'll still be able to bounce it. 2/2 into here. The 2/1 onto the 3/1 just to get it out of here. And then bounce back to hand with the 2/3. Yeah, I think that is... well... not necessarily. Okay. We do that. We do that. Then we do that. And then we move into the front line. See what he does about this. The Nebelwerfer and the 3/4 changed a lot of things there. For us. Definitely made it more viable to do that maneuver. And it allows us to be even greedier with our bouncing back to hand. So, how greedy is he with his 3/4? I hate it. I hate it a lot. Okay. So then. My god, why do the demon children always have to scream so loudly? It is so terribly annoying. Quite dreadful, really. I mean, it has to be removal. Why do they always have to scream? Well. It's truly a pity when kids get dropped on their head at an early age, you know? Oh my god. Oh my god. So... I mean, I have to do this, otherwise I lose it for free. Yep. Oh, okay, so it can only have one stack of mobilize. That's good. Unless he did decide to try spreading the mobilize among some of the other planes, which would be pretty cool too, I guess, but you know. Alright, what kind of sick shit do you still have in that hand? Come on. Thank you. And... let's just play things out this way. Even if he still has the +1/+1 per turn, at least he no longer has his immobilize effect, which is pretty decent. Okay. I'm fully content to play a war of attrition. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I'm glad that didn't proc a second time. Well, you make life real interesting for me now, don't ya? So 5/3 goes into the 1/1, and then these two both kill that thing. Yeah. Well, you can't keep holding onto that 4/3 forever. Or that 5/4 forever. Because on this turn, 5, 8, 11, 12, 13... yeah, I have the ability to kill you, so you do have to remove something. Okay, you've delayed your inevitable demise. Just a little bit. Well, that is the most effective. Pow, pow, pow. Let's reload and keep spamming the board. Even if he manages to clear all of this off, I still have a Hampton in the pocket that can kill him. Good. Okay, now, just to check up, do we have Annihilation in the deck? Or do I have access to it? No, we do not. And so the grind continues. I want a better opening hand than that. And I got a worse opening hand than that. Very, very excellent. Well then. So he's running Russian-American. He seems to be all about the frontline control, so let's see how he likes, not having it. You know? Well, let's just keep playing around the possibility of him having a Blitz 1-3 or an Artillery 1-3. That's gonna be very problematic for us. Or, you know, you can just Awoken Giant, that's fine too. Now, which are you? Are you an aircraft Soviet-American, or... It's... infantry, primarily. Okay. Well, let's keep playing this card. Sure, we're not developing the board as aggressively as we otherwise would be able to, but, well, he has to play a unit at some point. And it was worth it. The greed got the better of him. And the bloody sickles are now gonna get me. And yeah, I totally forgot that the search bar exists as a functionality. Pow, pow. Pow? I swear to God, one of these days I'm just gonna call the cops on those kids because either somebody is legitimately getting hurt every day, and maybe it'll learn them something, but, you know, I'll refrain. 'Cause it's nothing but guttural, childish screaming. Well done. What good RNG you have. Oh boy. Do you just have another bloody sickle? Yeah, you do. You've used all your bloody sickles. Well done. Well, I hate it. I hate it a lot. I hate it more than you can possibly know. Like, there's nothing to do but attack his HQ at this point. Like, he drops a 3-1 bomb on this and destroys it. It's not even worth playing against this. Okay. It's an infantry unit. I can afford to wait before going into the front line. I can use my Hampton, I can destroy that. This is still fine. Eventually we'll get an Eagle's Talons or something, you know? Eventually. He has a lovely, lovely pay-to-win deck, though. Greatly enjoying this. Really, the mic is canceling all the game sounds except voice whenever I speak into it. Okay, I'm gonna have to fiddle around with, Discord in order to solve that issue. Do I have enough? 7, 9, yes I do. Let's actually try doing that now. Settings, audio, okay, I wonder if that solves anything. I hate this guy's deck. I hate it a lot. Oh, okay, so the kids is fine then. Okay. We'll just return that to default settings then. And how do I solve this situation now? Because this is great. This is fan-fucking-tastic. Okay. Alright. Well, he gets to remove one of my bombers, which is fine, I guess. Okay, this is still fine. So I get to remove the 8-2, unless he has some sick shit. He had some sick shit, but, you know, that's fine. Perfect Eagle's Claws, though. And how do we want to do this now? Well, we definitely reload our hand. Reload with more. Not quite good enough. But this is fine. So this guy just, like, purchased all of the elite cards. He has every Russian elite card, and he's running them. Jesus. It's like, why even bother? Well, let's play that. Play a bit of this. Play a little bit of that even. And do I have any units I want to save this for? No, not particularly. No, what I should have done is I should have taken the 2-2 and smacked it into the 5-7. That way he wouldn't have been able to deal with the ambush units. I mean, he still found a way. Like, fuck. I need some sort of guard unit now. Ah, there's some sort of guard unit. What do you know? Is there a more efficient way to do this? Well... I mean, there's only so many rabbits I can pull out of a hat, guys. Come on. It's... it's done. Like, fantastic. Alright, let's try a different attack. Since that's not working... Which one am I... This one was bad, if I remember correctly. What did this deck have in it? This was the... German-Japanese deck. Was it particularly good, and will it be able to deal with the things I'm facing now? I don't think so. But we can always find out. Don't think Blackout's gonna be terribly successful. No. Let's ditch this deck entirely. And craft a new one. German, Japanese, let's go. So we're having trouble with removal. Retreat, not so much of an issue. I think we want some of these, and sure, we'll throw in a couple of those. Definitely some of those. 2 of these are necessary, I think. Get 2 of these in here. These are helping, just not by much. Gunboat raid could be potentially useful. How's we for that? I've never been able to get these guys into the front line, so honestly, at this rate, just go for air blitz, I guess. 2 of you. Let's get 2 of them in there. What other 3-drop unit can I get going? You know what, let's take that Flame Panzer, why not? We definitely need 2 of those, and why not an air unit? Amphibious Assault should be fine for us. Which I guess sort of precludes the necessity of having the Flame Panzer. Yeah, let's just throw another one of these in. Now for 2 drops. Well, these are actually a pretty good 3-drop unit. Having Tora might be nice too. 2 of them, in fact. Yeah, let's remove both of those bombers. The Blitz unit, sure. We'll find a use for that. Mostly because it's an elite card, and, well, better to have it than not to have it. 2 of you. 2 of you, why not? These two. These two might be fun. Iron from the north. Nah, iron from the north isn't useful. But what's our curve? Our curve is okay, I guess. We don't have a terrible amount of reload. Well, we have those. Should I be putting something in else that gets me reload? We're not really built around having Japanese units in the front line. Really, it's the removal that's the problem, but I also feel we're a bit low on spells. I have this feeling that we're low on spells. Yeah. Hayabusa instead of the ME-109. Where's our Hayabusa? Maybe I just can't spell. Where would that fit in, curve-wise? Be pretty decent to have, not gonna lie. But what would I have to trade out to get it? The Osaka Regiment can be good, but... No, I need to rethink this deck. That one's a bit all over the place. Let's try one more time. Okay. Gunboat Raid. Okay, I think we can safely ditch Gunboat Raid, but let's just look at the Japanese cards for a bit first. Imperial Order is actually a useful card to have. It would be a mistake not to take a card that allows you to just ignore any damage you take on a turn and then get more health and damage. Amphibious Assault is still useful. We take 2 of those. We'll only take the 1 Tora Tora Tora. Two naval operations because it's a powerful card. Gunboat Raid. We still want to ignore Gunboat Raid. We want to take zeros because they have ambush potential. These because they're a good guard unit. And what does that leave us with? Doesn't leave us with a terrible amount of options. So honestly, I'm gonna ditch Tora 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 because we're already covered for that with naval operation. I think having the Hayabusas is actually a good idea. It'll not only do the damage to the HQ, but it gives us a good mid-range unit without necessarily stacking us on the 6-drop range. Or 6 to 5 drop range. That said, these 2 units are important. And I'd be remiss not to take some sort of card reload at that high end. 2 of you would be pretty decent to have. I might eschew the, well, one of them might be decent. One of them might be decent. Let's take some air blitz, because we're having trouble breaching the front line and moving to the back. Hand reload. The Nebelwerfer is still decent. We're low on 3 drops, I think. We've been dealing with a lot of infantry decks, so tanks aren't necessarily an issue for us. Eagle Claws is important. We'll take the Flame Panzer as a precaution, he says with trepidation. Or rather, let's go with Sudden Strike. It has more versatility. Reichsbank. One of you. If we can get the encirclement to proc, that would be nice. Let's see if 2 of those will fit in. Having you, and Iron from the North. Again, I don't think it's worth it. And what's our curve like? Curve is fairly decent. I think having 1 careless talk will be fine. And could stand to use something else in this deck just to spice it up. Some sort of 4-drop, maybe. Should I put one of these in? Or Sky Barons? Let's go with Sky Barons. So, analysis. What is this deck good at? It has some decent pinning and removal, but it is a bit of an eclectic mess. It doesn't have either a blitz capacity, nor does it have like a focused blitz capacity, nor does it have good mid-range, nor does it have good high-range, really. Hopefully with the Imperial Orders it's going to be able to outlast a little bit, and Encirclement might help us through some sticky situations. Sticky Tricks, that's what we're going to call you. And we're going to give it a spin. Yeah, I'm somewhat hesitant to add a full set of the Panzer 38Ts. Like, I know it'll be great for reloading the hand. It's just going to be... Like, how do I put it? I feel it's not going to have enough damage on the board at a given time. Which maybe I'm being a bit too greedy with that, but I suppose I'll live. This is good to have. Osaka Regiment is something to work towards. Dive bombing doesn't necessarily help us yet. And we've gotten something better as a result. Okay. Japanese deck struggling to put units on the board turn 1. This is fine. Let's just sudden strike it out of existence. Although, honestly, having more Panzer 38Ts isn't necessarily the worst. Well, I love that it has smoke screen. I'm just gonna go ahead and deal 1 damage. If he wants to trade the 4-1 into the 1-3, I'm okay with that. Personally, I want him to put more units down on the board. Okay. This is fine, I guess. Come on, one more. One more. 1 drop 2-1. Actually, it's even worse. Cool. Okay. Would I have been able to play around that? No, not necessarily. I think I just have to pin it in place. Nothing for it. Nothing for it. I don't want to take 6 damage to the face right now. Nor do I want him to reload that easily. But I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice soon.
That just whack as hell.
Otherwise, he's just going to ignore the 0 if I was to try placing it down and do 1 damage here. He would just ignore it and do 10 damage to face, and I'm not about to have that. No thanks.
Why is it so expensive?
What's the better option here? There's no comfortable option.
Oh, there it is.
He'll probably dump the 3-3 into the 4-1 unless he has some sort of removal card in place. Although honestly, thinking back to the Panzer 38T, I should likely be running all 4 of them, just because of the potential that has for hand reload. Orders deal 1 extra damage. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Okay. So. I mean, he's gonna give me that for free. I don't mind taking that away from him. And we wait patiently for the next turn. Fun fact, this just glitched out. Well, no, that was a bomber, so never mind. I thought I was supposed to take 1 damage onto this, but didn't. So he doesn't have the cards he needs. Okay. We'll play that. 'Cause it's worth it. And we continue being patient. That's cool. Can't say I'm a fan. That was a good time to get that. And... yeah, sure, he gets to do 1 damage for free. But... you know. He'll take 3 damage to that unit if he tries to play it first. And we removed one of his 1/1 counters on it, which is nice. Yeah, this is fine. This is absolutely okay. Yeah, maybe I should have played the Panzer first and then done the Eagle Claws, but... this is fine too. I mean, if he wants to give me that 0 for free, that's absolutely fine. But I think he finally figured it out. Okay, so far so good. Let's see how far we can get without full Panzer 38Ts. Because honestly, the Panzer 38T, I suppose would be just like a cheaper German equivalent of the Sherman. Though the Sherman, I'd argue, is leagues better. Because it's much easier to make a frontline control deck with an American than it is here with, at least free-to-play wise, than it is with the German cards I'm dealing with. Osaka Regiment could still be useful. Let's dump these units, though. Look, man, it's fine if you can't put anything on the board. Okay. I think we just have to play the Panzer 38T on next turn. Hopefully it'll survive and let us play the Fallschirmjäger. I'm not gonna hold out too much hope, though. Oh, he's running an interesting deck. Well, I suppose, yeah, it's easy for him to get frontline control with units like this. I think it's time to gamble, actually. Ah, well. That was a load of crap. Didn't work out at all the way I wanted it to. Alright. So, we draw. And we wait patiently until next turn when we can finally drop the Osaka regiment. Actually, how do I want to play this out? I think, like, this first, followed by... Let's give it this. Followed by that. And yeah, we'll take some damage to the face, but at least he now has a problem with removing my units off the board. So that he can't just easily snipe them out of the way. And hopefully this sets us up for another pinning maneuver. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Had a feeling that would happen. Well, regardless, well, I have to play this now. I don't have a choice. Well, RNG did not avail him, thankfully. Christ. Okay, now then. How do I solve this problem? Yeah, I think I'm actually just hooped here. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I already have some cards with Blitz. But I just fear I don't have enough follow-up for it. You know what? No. Let's actually double down on this whole German-Japanese Blitz nonsense. Very definitely we want to be taking 2 of these units. Maybe even 3. Well, no, 2 should be fine. Definitely the Imperial Order, Pow Pow. Non-tank unit. No, not quite our business. I don't like this because it's slow. Let's go for 2 of these. Let's go for that. I wish I had another one of those. You know, let's throw 1 in just for memes. Pow, pow. And encirclement could be good here. What's our mana curve like? Cool, we need more 2-drops. There they are. Sudden strike is useful. That's useful. That's useful. And Blitzkrieg's useful too. Eagle's Claws. Let's take one of these under our belt. 1 4 honor. This is useful. Let's just go for all 4 of them now. Honestly, I'd love to have more of these guys in there, but can I afford not to? Well, let's try that. And did I take 2 of the pinning cards? Yes, I did. So we'll dump that in exchange for one of these. Figuring out the solution, slowly. Since we're building around frontline control, let's throw some of these in, get that in there as well. A Stug with Fury would be nice, but this is big, and our curve is just crap. I don't like how low mana this deck is. I'll remove the Flame Panzer, I think. Remove one of these as well. It's going to be easier to draw cards that way. And I need something big for the late game. There we go. That's the sort of big I was talking about. Is the Akita Regiment strictly necessary? You know, no. Ditch the Akita Regiment. Throw in Hayabusas. There, that's a much more even curve. Alright, let's roll with this. What? It was 40 cards a second ago. What are we missing? One of those. Okay. Where are you at? There we go. Oh yeah, no, I should add the HS-126. And I'm thinking of saving the 10 gold to do a draft. As soon as I play, how many is it? 20 more Japanese cards. So... where's that HS-129? There it is. It's a 126, actually. Friendly ground units +1 attack in the front line. Okay. What do I drop in exchange for it? Don't quite want to drop a Blitz. The Blitz is good. Encirclement can be good still. I'll drop Panzer 38T. Having 3 of them might be enough. Okay. I just really want to get this grind out of the way for Field Marshal on the German side of things. Although, 2 more losses with the Germans and I think I'll switch over to a different deck archetype. Yeah, this'll be fine.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, he had to mulligan an entire hand, so that's interesting. Okay. I will advance to the front line with that, because why not? It's a 0 cost. Next turn, 1, 2, and then... Okay. I'm gonna say it's business as usual, actually. He can't kill anything quite yet. Depending on what he plays, Eagle Claws is still gonna be effective next turn. Alternately, I can just try to ignore that unit entirely. How much mana is this gonna cost? Yeah... Alright. Cool. What a lovely deck you have. Okay. I mean, I think like this and like this is the way we have to play this out. And literally whatever. I want them to do damage into me, not the other way around. There's one. Okay, he's running Americans in there too. Lovely. And one more? Bloody Sickle? Like, what's it gonna be? Come on. Alright.
Fucking bullshit.
So.
Target's movement speed by 50% is still moving just as quickly. Bullshit.
Bye-bye, Henschel. And... this should be okay. It certainly isn't optimal, but I'll live. Christ alive. Okay. Well, isn't that cool? There we go. I'd rather have him attack with this, the Chaika, so that he has to spawn the Ishik, not the other way around. Rather than having to deal with a 3-2 on my own turn. Come on, another Eagle's Claws would be fucking fantastic right about now. Not quite. Yeah, we'll go like this. Bloody Sickle for him right now would be pretty good. Or Awoken Giant, that's actually arguably even better. Into a gunship mission. Why would you not put that onto the 2-2? Okay. So he just wasted his goddamn time. That's nice. Always nice to see. Now. Okay, so this glitched out? 1, 2, 3. This is supposed to proc 3 times in a row, and it procced 1.5? Am I seeing this wrong? Yeah, I mean, it could very well be written wrong, which is great. This is also cool. I like this. This is excellent. Okay, cool. So he just has, again, the perfect cards he needs. Because, I mean, every card in his deck is golden to some degree or other. That's nice. I think I just get to lose right here, honestly. Yeah. Especially with a card draw like that at the end. Holy hell. Okay. So we're switching things up. We are moving over to a Japanese deck right now, I think. I need to figure out how to put that German deck together better, because it's having difficulty competing right now. okay. Bye-bye 1 drops. I guess we'll wait. So, he gets 2 free damage on my HQ. I'll be able to remove this unit next turn, though, which is nice. That was good RNG. I like that. More like that, please. Okay. Better to start removing damage off of that while we can, before he, I don't know, dumps some insane bullshit onto it. Speaking of insane bullshit, we have a problem. And we have the solution to that problem. Okay, then. I don't know, I just find it way easier to deal, to put together a Japanese deck than I find it to put together a German deck right now. Just something about the cards I have at my disposal feels off. I can't focus terribly on Blitz. Okay, that was interesting. Make sure he can't blitz his way into the front line. But yeah, like, I can't focus terribly on blitz, nor can I focus on control, which is like the 2 things that Germany has a lot of. Okay, how do I want to play this out? It's too early to drop a Ginga, I think. Let's drop one of you. Followed by that. And then honestly, I think I should set up the removal for next turn, honestly. Unless, of course, he has some +1 monstrosity that he can, well, he has that, which is great. Oh, that was cool. Right, what are my removal options for that? No, I want to do 1 damage, followed by this. Excellent. And that way, when I play the Ginga, I can get a pretty decent roll going. So, let's do that. Naturally, he'll try to kill the 2-3 with the 5-1, is the hope. Yep, there it is. Please no +1/+1. Please, none of that. Okay. Kamikaze is fine. It's still fine. Okay. Right. So, the way we have to do that is like this. Regrettably. And... yeah, basically just keep him out of the front line. The worst thing right now would be even more card reload for him. Speaking of card reload. Speaking of card reload. Speaking of card reload. I fucking hate that card so much. Holy shit, do I hate it. God, it's so fucked. Okay. You know, we'll live. A part of me really just wants to dump that right here. Actually, this is way better. It allows me to use those cards. Now, come on. I hate it a lot. Well, isn't that lovely? Hold on. This will deal 2 damage. And this will deal 2 damage. Okay. This is good. We keep this around for the repair. Which we will inevitably have to do. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Fuck. You know, we still aren't in the worst position, believe it or not. Can we survive next turn? No, we can't. We can't unless... How do we survive next turn? I think it has to be like this. We can't do damage to the Osaka regiment just yet. Oh, fuck off! Like, come on. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised that you have that ability to reload in your hand. It's just, get out of here with that shit. Like, okay. I need to do 2 damage somehow. Get out of here. Oh, that's perfect. It's not even worth it at that point. Well, let's chill out with some drafts instead. I really hate that removal card. Destroy unit, reload your hand with its attack value. It's pretty potent. Well, let's see what fancy things we can do as Germany. Panzer 35T. Eagle Claws here is pretty good. That's pretty nice. Though the Panther A is also pretty good. Draw an order. It's pretty situational 1-drop, but could be useful. Let's go with American. Howitzer just allows us to deal a lot of damage onto the board in rapid succession. The reload ability would be pretty nice, but can't yet say that we will be able to take the front line using such a unit. So let's go with the Howitzer. Heavy armor is pretty good, and preventing the enemy from drawing a card even more so. Should we start heading towards a ramp effect? Because this commits us fairly heavily. I don't think I'm ready for that. Let's max out on this. Has Guardwell in the front line. Yeah, let's go with one of these. And this is a pretty potent card. This is great for making your opponent mad at you, so we'll take it. Removal's pretty good to have. Frontline control. Can we guarantee frontline control yet? No. So let's go with the Stugs. We need a 4-drop, and that one can be pretty powerful. We're pretty stacked on 3 drops, so why not just go double down on the howitzers? This is good, just so that it gives us late game options. This, I think, will be good, although these will be nice as well. But let's go with that. Having the ability to remove aircraft is good. That 1 drop can be pretty potent. 7 damage to enemy HQ. That'll be funny, but it's so much. It costs so much. Yeah, Panzer IIIe is actually decent, given what we have already. A card drafted tier list. Interesting. I'll definitely give it a look at some point. Is it like some sort of widget that can be used as an overlay for, in the drafts mode? Because that would be pretty sick to have. We already have a bunch of magic. Let's get some card reload in there. Joint operation for removal, or a 6-drop. I think a 6-drop is useful. We are living in a yellow submarine, but I think I'm pretty good for that. Triple damage to tanks can be powerful. Honestly, I want to stack another one of these, because it'll be good. How are we on 5 drops? Let's go with some artillery 5-drop. Draw a card for each unit, have a pointer added this turn. Situational for control of frontline. It's also a 2-drop. I think I'll take it. I'm okay with this curve. It isn't terrible. All this is loading. Gearbots, card draft, tier list. And it's a Google document. Okay, cool. I'll be taking a look at that at some point, no doubt. And so we mulligan everything in this first hand. Well, save for the tactical strike. Don't like it. This is still okay. I mean, having the field uncontested, not so much. But we can still live through this. Can't drop the A20G if he moves into the front line. Should I just tactical strike right here? I think that's a better use of my time than just immediately dropping the Stug. Yeah. I'm gonna remove that. Next turn, if anything, drop the Panzer for E? Nah. It seems like too weak of a play. Although, speaking of things that are weak to play into... Whatever. Let's go for the removal. I need to deny him units at this point. The real swing turns are going to be the M58 howitzer turns. They're going to decide a lot for us. I didn't want to slam the 2-2 into the 3-5 in case he had a unit that heals. I mean, he very well still might. But, you know, not the greatest, but... it's things you sort of have to deal with. So, pow. Now, we get to lose this for free, but... depending on how our RNG works out, we might be able to get 2 birds, 1 stone. So we'll see how that works out. Speaking of which, is there a better way to play around this? No, not really. Well, I got rid of that. And depending on how he plays this next hand, 3-1 into the 2-3 would be pretty good. And then I just blitz smokescreen right into this thing. Do I have the mana for it? 4, 6, 8, no. I'm short the mana. Definitely short on the mana side of things. Maybe an A20 Havoc would be better then. Righto, have fun, Zabluk. He's on his way. He is on his way. Good. That's pretty good. I think the way I want to play this out, actually, is to have this blitz on the board already. Because it has the smokescreen ability, so... it'll set up next turn for me pretty well. Well, it certainly gave him something to think about. It took him a long time to figure that out. Let's see. What does he do? 'Cause... that opening hand was pretty bad for me. My man, you have 5 mana. Alright, cool. Hmm. Let's deal damage to that. I want to play around the possibility of him having an Awoken Giant. And just removing the 3/3 easily. Well, I'm glad he was able to duplicate a random random unit in hand, that's good. So, what are you wondering about? You have 6 mana, 4 of it on the board, and 2 3/3 units that are going to be a problem for you. So that's how he decided to play it out. Interesting. Well, if he does somehow manage to take control of the front line, that might be funny. The aircraft can only really deal with one of these artillery pieces. So the question is he going to go for the 2/3, or is he going to go for the 1/3? If he goes for the 1/3, his aircraft gets to stay a bit healthier. But then he risks simply losing this aircraft to the 2/2 and the 2/3. Unless he does that. Which he seems to have figured it out. So the next question is... Okay, that's the one he decided to go with. Jesus. I should probably play this. But... let's first wipe this out. Either way, I'm losing a Stug here. And come on, I dare you, move into the front line. Let's go. Fuck off. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That was just, perfect. Chicken's done. Delicious. I hate it. Okay. Well, I have a setup for next turn. The 4-4 definitely kills the 2-3. And then the 1-2, well, it's a 1-2, so it's fine. I'm still severely on the back foot, which is less than preferable. That's cool. The extra credits, that is. Ooh, baby. The Sky Baron. The Sky Baron came through in our hour of need. Alright, Banshee? Sure. That's good. Okay. We can roll with this. I mean, yeah, he gets to draw 3 cards because of this thing. I hate it. So he goes up to 14 mana. Why'd you have to kill that one, though? It's like, so rude. Like, well, we have to play the bomber, even if he has removal next turn. Just, we don't have any options because we're in top deck mode. And the Corsair can't destroy it outright. And we have to give the Corsair choices, like, what does he want to destroy more? Does he want to destroy this, or does he want to destroy these? Like, it has to be a trade-off. And depending on what he has in hand, hopefully he can't take me off the board? Please? He can't kill his own unit while killing one of mine. Not this turn, anyway. So, come on. Come on, man. You have 20 seconds to go, and you have 14 mana. Okay. Step 1 achieved. I hate it. And I mean, I played that incorrectly, I think. Wait. Oh, he didn't know. He didn't know. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. He didn't know that his backline was protected by that fighter. Oh my god. Okay. He didn't realize that I misplayed. Okay. The tables have turned. And hopefully we get to maintain this turning of the tables. Do we want to play this as our first card? Well, we certainly don't need to have that in hand. Like, suboptimal, but we'll deal. Cool, I hate it already. Well, let's go Spoils of War. What do we play now? I think we want to have the Havoc on 3. So that if he plays some sort of monstrous unit right now, because he has what? Yeah, he has 6 mana. We want to make him regret ever having to use that unit. I mean, not quite what I was expecting. Not gonna lie. Well, I can't play the bombers into this. Well, let's feed him units to deal with. Okay. You know, this is fine by me. And then, next turn, I think, so long as he plays the 4-4 into the 3-3, I can just M18 Howitzer. And hopefully land some damage on him. That way I preserve the Havocs until I absolutely need them. Okay. Do I just Eagle Claws here? Like... I think it just has to happen that way. This way I get to preserve the 3-3, give him something to think about with his 4-2. Unless he can somehow heal it. Or he just spawns another one. Yeah, you see, that wasn't so bad. I mean, I still want him to be spending his mana, not the other way around. Cool. And then I still... Okay. I suppose this is the best move to make? Oh, fuck off. That's some real hazy shit you have there. Okay. Well, I can't do much about that, but I can certainly do something about you. And I mean, it's not even worth to repair it. Ugh. Oh, that's good. That landed exactly where I wanted it to. Okay, this is still fine. Alright. Actually, I should have played Sky Barons into that. What am I doing? What am I doing? That was just extremely inconvenient. Yeah. Oh well. Fine. The move that should have been done forever ago. And... I mean, yeah. You see, had I done that previously, I actually would have been able to use Tactical Strike well. Because this way I'm just... This is just poor play. Alright, I get to protect my artillery unit. Hopefully. That's even better. I'm so glad I got to kill that blitz unit. Alright, so 2-1 into the 2-3, yes. Very good. And now... I... get to fully repair you. Okay. I think... I have to play this a bit differently. Yes, like so. Then like that. Now this way I prevent him from having an easy option to... Well, I mean, he still managed to get rid of it. Or... Yeah, there you go. Now. Oh, I love mobilize units. Well, I want that off the field, first off. And now he has an interesting question to ask himself. Well, that certainly isn't kosher. Well, that's spoils of war. Panzer III-E or Panzer Grenadier or Eagle Claws. Eagle Claws, I think, is good this turn. Hmm. That wasn't a very savory turn for me, but oh well. What the hell is this guy's hand? Holy shit. Well, nothing for it, I just have to play all my small units. Meanwhile, this guy just has a lot of big stuff he just played, and I can't remove it. I cannot remove it. Cool. Like, what am I supposed to do here now? Yeah. Well, that was sorta crap. Okay. I want another option other than a Stug. The Pioneer Battalion should be fine. Mostly because it just helps me make this into a 2 drop 0 cost. And so long as I can tear through my hand fast enough. Interesting. I mean, I had to take the front line in order to get the health off of that thing. Still a worthwhile maneuver. So even if he manages to take this off the board, I do have a pretty good setup for Eagle Claws depending on what kind of units he plays. Say he plays the 2-2 that buffs by +1/+1. Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is just the moment to play that. Ain't no way I'm dealing with a 3-1 artillery. Fuck that. And having the 1-1 with smokescreen is... This unit's a pain. I don't like it. Don't like that unit terribly much either. Do I just remove the artillery? Yes. Yes, I removed the artillery. Turn 5 is going to be pretty big for me, so long as I can wipe that off the face of the earth and then do damage to some other places. It can be an extremely big turn. Come on. Come on, M8 Howitzer. Little bumblebee, you can do it. You little honeycomb. Yeah. 1 out of 2. Still decent. And he has a guard unit. Alright, what's the best play here? Panzer IV F2. Is it, though? Yes, this is fine. It's fine having this BF-110 on the front line, or controlling the front line to buff that BF-110. I'm not quite getting good use out of my Enigma card yet, but I'll live. I mean, that's hurtful. Like, it hurts my feelings, really. Okay. This is fine. That was pretty good RNG on the honeycomb. Otherwise, the M8 howitzer. Fantastic. Well done, I hate it. Yes, it gives him the opportunity to reload. No, I don't suppose I particularly mind, because it makes my Enigma a bit better, hopefully. And it also develops the 5-5 onto the board, and that's the most important right now. Because I want to protect this artillery for as long as I possibly can. So, it is important that I ensure that he can't play anything good. Now, drop another unit, go on. Ugh. Well, aren't you disgusting? We're gonna hold on to the Eagle's Claws. I have a suspicion we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it at a different point in time. That is exceedingly interesting. Largely because it's a pain in the fucking ass. God damn. Like, play an air card so I can just, destroy it. Do that. So the question is, do I bounce that back to his hand again? Or is this the time where we use Eagle's Claws? You know what? Screw it. Let's just bounce it back to his hand. And hope my tank can stay on the board. Holy fuck. Okay. There we go. That's fine. I wouldn't be half surprised if we don't even need to use Enigma here. Like, I don't even think we're gonna be getting, the opportunity, honestly. So with 12 mana and how many cards is that? 9 cards in hand? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? Yep. Like, what is there to think about? A howitzer. Okay. Another howitzer. Okay. Jesus. Alright. Spoils of War. We play a Stug. And then we just fully repair this unit. I'm playing around an Awoken Giant. I don't want him to be able to do 1 damage with his artillery and then 2 damage with Awoken Giant and just remove the 5/5. That would be very, very inconvenient. Just, you know, to say the least. So far, I think I have the advantage on him in terms of card effectiveness. As regards, like, when I chose to play them. And I forced him to dump down a Sherman, which is cool. Right. I mean, best practice right now is what? Pow, 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 pow. Pow. And then we prevent him from drawing cards the next turn. Even if he's able to wipe that entire front line. Like, we're not in the worst possible shape. That 1/8, though. The one that gives +1/+1 to everything, well, I just don't like it. Oh, he decided to surrender instead. That's wild. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. It's a moral victory. Alright. How's our business? Remove all of this. Yes, even the Eagle's Claws. I need something better on turn 1. I don't have it. I'm actually gonna Spoils of War here. Fine. We're setting ourselves up with that, howitzer for later. I wouldn't have been able to deal with that had I wanted to anyway. Okay. Regrettable, but it had to happen that way. Turn 4. What is turn 4 looking like? Turn 4 looks like this. Turn 4 was a very effective turn. Next up, I think the pack 38 on turn 5, and then we're able to drop 2 bombs on... Nuts to that, I guess. Yeah. Fuck out of here with that stupid shit. Ain't nobody want to deal with that. Okay. Not the way I wanted that to go, honestly. That's an interesting thing to do. And I think I'll lose this one. Yes, I think this one I lose. Come on, some good luck. Yeah, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. Yeah, he's just focusing down that base, and he has an artillery, cannot attack the enemy HQ. That can, though. A bit whack, I know, but what am I gonna do? That was... There was nothing honorable about that. You just had the fucking perfect curve against a guy who has no guard units. That was... pretty shite. That said, sometimes that's the way things go, honestly. Alright, can I control the front line with this? I can, so long as I get a good one-drop unit. Which I don't. Well, let's just play the tank. If he stays in his back line, I can actually use this and it'd be nice, but I can't, so... whatever. Oh, he gets to reload. That's cute. Well, Eagle's Talons is a thing I can do, I suppose. Yeah, not much I could do about that. And he's gonna lock me out of the front line, so, you know, let's just put this one to rest already. I've had my fill of draft mode for now. First airborne. About time I got that unit. That's pretty cool. That is indeed pretty cool. Alright. Let's accept this friend request. Perfect. And now. I think I'm gonna end the stream here for today. Honestly. It's been an interesting run. Having some trouble with the Japanese and German decks. Soviet and US, though, I have a pretty polished and optimized deck in. So those are a bit easier for me to run. Britain, I haven't found a good solution for yet. And I guess we're just gonna have to wait a bit until we can unlock some more cards before we dive into some more German and Japanese shenanigans. Anyway, it's been fun. But that's about it for the stream. Have a good one.